Divine greetings, entities, energies, lovelies, bodies of light, the seekers, the sojourners of truth, the 144 chosen of the chosen few. You know who you are, my 3-degree chosen ones, right? Peace, love, light. I greet you, and grant you the love, but greet you in the love that lights the truth from my heart to yours. I am Akilahtextri in the divine energy essence of it all, and I might be turning my name over so you may hear me say something else because these energies are speaking to me, and a lot of us are evolving into the new essence of ourselves through this summer solstice. I'm listening to the light. I'm listening to the wind that's bringing me the light transmission. Speaking of, is what I'm going to be talking about, right? Detachment to receive the light transmissions, and that's really important and imperative right now. So I want to bring that to our attention. So as usual, I'm reporting to you live from where? None other than 5D, the fifth dimension. Where are you? Are you in 5D? Do I see you? Are you just getting in? Welcome, welcome. Right? Are you in here and just looking around and feeling what to do? What do I do in 5D? How do I get in 5D? Which is not a location. It's really expanding your consciousness. We are the ones who are creating the 5D new earth by expanding our consciousness individually to collectively, right? And we're all helping turn this as this earth, as the world turns, as the earth turns, she's turning over and she's in 5D. She is 5D, whether you ready or not. Ready or not, here it is. Right, so welcome to 5D. Some may be feeling nice about it, for some not so nice, right? But we're reporting to you live from there, and as usual, I bring you the news to infuse, if you so choose to infuse with this light, right? And that's what I'm talking about. So let's infuse. I don't know about you, jump on this light grid activation, right? I've been working on it since 2022, right? Some may be new to this. Some of you may have been working on it already as well, and you did not even know. So let's jump on this light grid. It's a lot to do, right? Before I go into that, before I jump into the whole light grid and detachment and what we need to detach from, let me take this time to remind us about the 5D calendars that are here at a 5D corner near you. Ooh, ooh. Thank you for those who have been interested and asking about it, and even more so those who already just said send it to me and already sent your address. So what I'm doing now to let you know, the first 9 people, because I felt like I got to do something special for the first person. Congratulations, Starte. I think it says Starte Christ. I don't know if I'm saying that name right, but congratulations. You are the first person that made their order off of YouTube. So I was like, I gotta do something. So I'm personalizing it. So send me your name. I know you sent the address already. So with that email, that information, send me the name that you would want to personalize it. I was gonna surprise you, but then I thought maybe you let people tell me what they want. What name do you want personalized on there, so I can personalize yours for you. So that's the first 9 people, right? My number, I'm a 9. My number, I'm a 9 person. So spiritual completion. So the first 9 spiritual completion, that is, you will get yours personalized. So for those who haven't gotten a look at it, you can look at the video that said the calendar is here, and I kind of went through it, but this is just a little look-see of the first month, knowing that we start in the spring equinox, right? Just to give you a little peekaboo on that. Right, so it's a beautiful, has beautiful images. Return to Kemet, a shift in time. So as I explained, it's about us returning to unlock the codes that we need to get to in order to get into 5D. For those who may be wondering what that got to do with 5D, when we unlock our ancient language, we unlock the codes in us that are going to help us move forward, right? So other than that, we have to detach. Detachment is a word that has come up that I feel is important to go over with those of us who are crossing the bridge into 5D, and welcome for those who are. I just saw mosquitoes. Like, I promised that I would not, I was like, I'm not getting out here at this time again, and I ended up having to do it again today. because I was in meditation all day, getting some downloads and everything, and I don't rush my downloads, so I had to sit in it. So this is when I got out here, but you know, I had to gear up. I had to put on my full armor. I see I'm looking shiny. I had to put on my full armor so I'm not out here Mr. Miyagi again. And I appreciate, I forgot her name, but I appreciate the sister that said, you know, no apologies necessary. It's about the message. And she was like, the real ones are here to hear the message. And I thank you for that reminder, because that's why I do this. I don't do this for love, likes. I don't do this to gain a big following and try to like make money, or this is not my way of life, right? Energy is energy, and the universe gives to me abundantly. I live in a mind state of abundance. So this is not why I do this. It is to be that lighthouse for those who it's for, right? And for those who find me, the soul tribe, I know your soul tribe will know you when they see you. So those of you who are here with me and who have been rocking with me, and those of you who keep commenting, even if you put hearts, 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 that's the soul tribe, right? You're here with me, you rocking with me. And I thank her for saying that, because I was like, you right. Fist. I didn't have an emoji, so I was like, fist pump. Power to the people. Thank you so much for that reminder. We are all here, and the real ones will know, like, we will know who we are. And regardless of what I do, whether I'm Mr. Miyagi or if the video gets cut and all you hear is audio, some of you have sat through my audio, that's how I know who the real ones are. That's true reciprocity, right? Reciprocity, reciprocating the energy that I give out and put out there, allowing myself to be a channel of this light, because I'm simply a channel or a facilitator of the light, right? So allowing me to do that and give that energy, you know, and have you guys reciprocate that, I appreciate that. Not you guys, you lovely bodies of light. I don't like to say you guys, right? You beautiful souls and bodies of light, my soul journers and soul ascenders. Soul ascenders, come out. All right, so that's a little touch up with that. Is there anything else? I feel like I'm still sweeping, house cleaning, house sweeping. I've gotten back to a lot of you with the comments, so appreciate those of you who've been patient with me through the workshop. I had to go back to like 4 videos back. Then when I looked, I was like, woo, 2 weeks ago. You know, my apologies who some of you who've had to wait 2 weeks ago. I think I have one more video or two to really respond to, but y'all see I'm answering, I'm getting back. You probably looking at it like, dang, this was 9 days ago. But I appreciate your appreciation for the response, which some of you have let me know. And again, thank you for hanging in there. So with that, I believe I've said all of that housekeeping there, and really appreciating you guys be here with me in 5D. Ooh la wee wee. Sign up on the tree. On the tree of what? The tree of life. All right, so let's get into this detaching, because we have to detach in order to receive these transmissions of light. And before I go further, if you've made it this far, please like, subscribe, share, and comment if you dare, so we could keep the algorithms going and going and growing, so we can get to those who are in the remote places on this here light grid, right? Light them up, light them up. So speaking of receiving light transmissions, we're getting a lot of light transmission. There's so much that I want to tell you with this, but I know I'm going to have to break it down in pieces, so I may have to do another video specifically speaking a little bit more in depth about the transmissions of light and the light that's coming in, and secondly, as well as the cosmology of it, right? The cosmology, which is the cosmos that help us to stay in alignment with the seasons that give us the reason. The seasons give us the reasons of what to do, how to do, where we should be doing it, you know, the reasons of what should be done. So meaning the cosmic alignments, the stars, the planets, where they are, where we are in Cancer season right now, the full moon, the new moon, all of that, right? That is highlighting. The moon and the sun are our luminaries, so they're highlighting. These are also part of the transmissions of light. They're like conducting and directing the fractions of light and where they go. right? There's fractors of light, and I really want to go in depth about that. There's a download I got about that today, but I'm going to share that either tomorrow or the day after. I really want to get this part, because this is, as I was getting certain messages, this is really ringing loudly of what needs to be done right now in regards to detachment. And I hear some people talk about it, and you hear some go detachment, and it's like we're not taking it that seriously. And I'm telling you, we have to detach in order to receive certain light codes and light transmissions, right? Remember, we are conduits of light. Remember, those who've seen the video that I've talked about being a CPU, central processing unit, how we are to, there's an intel here within us, and we're to process the light. By processing our emotions, that also helps us to process the light. It clears our channel, as we are the conductors of this light. We are the conduits of the light energy, right? And some of us are stronger conduits than others. But we want to be in a certain type of alignment. So right now, there's a shift that has been happening. So let me say some of the things that we are looking out for. For one, there was the flares, the last solar flares that were really potent solar flares. And as I said, that's just like solar flares are spinning off of the solar winds off of the sun, which sun is the energy. That is our central processing unit. The sun is our server, where we get light energy and information coming from the galactic center, coming from Mama Universe, right? Coming from the newt, whatever it is that you want to call it. So it is when we are receiving that light that's coming through our server as a sun. How we receive it is determined by our intel, right? How do we keep our mind-body complex, which is your soul and your body? Your body's the vehicle transporting your soul. So they work hand in hand. The spirit is your precious cargo within. We are threefold beings, okay? Spirit, soul, body. The spirit is the observer. The spirit is the God in you, the divine you. It does not impose. It is always here. Your spirit is how you got here, okay? That chose your soul's course. And your soul is having a soul unfolding journey. Your soul is the driver of this here vehicle, and your body is the vehicle. So what's important in your existence on this realm is your mind-body complex, because your spirit is infinite, and your spirit is existing anywhere, right? It doesn't, anywhere, whether here or there. But to be here, you need that mind-body complex. So what is the intel of your mind-body complex? How are you able to receive and break down these light codes, right? And I spoke about this when I spoke about melanin as well, because melanin is like chlorophyll. Like what chlorophyll is to the plants, that's what melanin is for us, and it helps us to break down the light energy information, right? So it depends on your level of melanin, and no, it does not always go by the darker you are, right? It's not always the darker the berry, the sweeter the juice. I'm just being real with you, right? Some people may be darker, but that doesn't mean they have that much more melanin, let's say, than someone of my complexion. So although that is mostly the case, it's not always the case, all right? So there's multiple things to look at with breaking down, but what I want to talk about is detachments, because we have to detach from certain things, certain foods right now, to pay attention to what you're eating, pay attention to your body. Some of you, your bodies are already speaking to you. I already know that, because I've been getting the messages about that, and I know I'm not the only one, right? It may feel like there's something that you normally ate, and now when you eat it, for some reason your stomach is upset, or it's not keeping it down, right? And it could have been your favorite food. It could have been something you ate all your life. Now is not the time. Something is changing, right? And especially if you are an ascending soul who has been working your soul's ascension. If you've been doing shadow work, you've been doing soul work and excavating your soul, you have been moving some things already outside of your mind. You prepare the mind body complex for something else, and now you have told yourself you're ready. So the body is now shifting gears as well. So you'll find that coupled with the light transmissions that we're getting, you won't be able to eat certain foods that are heavier in density, right? Like meats are heavy density, Carbs are the next thing that to me that is heavy density. Is there anything? I would say meats, then carbs, right? You want to eat foods. This is a perfect time to go through a detox, which is again why I'm saying this, because I'm offering this to you, to those who are in this soul tribe, who feel inclined, those of you who are really doing the work and you really want to move with these energies and you want this light to move through you effortlessly and with less resistance, less kickback from the body. I strongly suggest a detox. If you can do it on your own if you feel like it, but I'm offering this to you. If you're interested, comment or email me. I'll put the email in the description below. I have one that is coming up. I was doing it with this is a spin-off off of the workshop, by the way, because these are things that I mentioned in the workshop, and they were interested and they wanted to do it. So I'm offering that to you as well, whether you were in the workshop or not, because Spirit has put it on me that it's important. So for those who are willing and ready, and you want to do a detox, put your information in, and it's coming up. Our first meeting is going to be on Sunday. So a few of us are meeting tonight, but officially we're going to start and have the kickoff on Sunday going into the detox. Usually when you do things in a group, it helps with accountability, right? And that's why they wanted to be a part of it, because I was going to do it by myself. But I just happened to share that with them, and they said they had been feeling similar things. So I know that it's a lot of people. It's not just me. If you've been feeling just your body changing in the way it's reacting to food, or you just kind of been feeling like, I just feel a fast coming on, you know, or a detox. Like if you feel that calling, pick up the phone and answer the call, right? I'm extending that to you. So if you're interested in that, I can drop it in below, right? Or just say, I want to, how do I? You guys know, comment. I'm going to see the comment. And now that I'm not in the workshop, I'll see it quicker than before. So back to that with the detox. It's not just foods. It's detoxing from behaviors, old patterns, old behaviors that you have. We have to detach. I said detoxing from behaviors. I meant detaching. We have to detach from what it is that we've been doing in old ways, old concepts, old thinking, old paradigms, the way we've attracted things. This is a time of accountability. As I said, we're in a season of accountability. We're in a season of accountability, responsibility, and retribution, right? Keep in mind that we have, let me tell you the surrounding energy so you know how serious this is. We have Saturn going into retrograde, right? And as I always say, I'm not saying this to spook nobody, because I'm not one of those, ooh, retrograde, it's so scary. I'm not one of those people. I know that retrograde has to happen in order to slow it down. In case you didn't see what it was showing you before, it slows it down. So it feels annoying because now it drags out. It really pulls back and makes you be like, now look at this. I was showing you when I was going direct. Now I'm going to, I'm going to retrograde. And when you retrograde, it really kind of holds a focus on that, which is things that we need exposed. That's what Saturn is doing. It's all up in the spiritual house of Pisces, exposing all the fakes, exposing all the people that claim to be spiritual or claim to be of righteousness or about something that is of betterment in some way, some shape or way. Like all of this is being exposed. So this is why you're seeing a lot of exposures in churches, in any spiritual centers. Like I've seen it even in the alternative spiritual places. So don't think y'all gonna jump out of the church and find something better in the alternative spiritual places. They too are lost if they're not doing their work, right? Because a lot of them are just superficially spiritual. So like I said, Saturn is separating the sheep from the goat. So we have to detach even from those ideas. Detaching takes deep spiritual work, and it means you have to change a perspective, right? So that's one of the events that you're going to see surrounding us right now, is that coming up on June 29th. That retrograde is really going to be like having you look at that, as well as us being in what I call the Capricorn window. The Capricorn window is what we're in right now, meaning the full moon being in Capricorn. We have a full moon in Capricorn that we just had. That was at 1 degrees, and we have another one coming up. The next full moon is going to be yet still in Capricorn at 29 degrees. So it's opening the door, closing the door. So within this window that we're in, we have this 30-day window, this 29 or 30 days as we're in between these two moons to get your acts together, get your whole damn life together. It's responsibility being resounded, because that's what Capricorn is about. It's reminding you of what you need to be responsible about and for, right? What is that thing that you need to do? Not what you want to do, what must needs be done. And it is about responsibility. And yes, it's going to highlight where there needs to be some retribution, right? And it's not, as I was saying to someone, it's not in a bad way to be like, like karma, like I always hear, because this is a karmic year, right? And Saturn is the Lord of karma that is sitting in Pisces, the house of karma. So there's a nice, huge karmic window open right now, right? So imagine when it goes retrograde, it's like, ooh, highlighting some karma, right? But I'm not saying it in a bad way. Karma is good, and it's neither good nor bad. It is simply your return. What you put out is what you get, right? Whether in this lifetime or the previous life, whether it's something you did today, yesterday, or last year, or 10 years ago, there is going to be retribution. And that means know yourself, know what you, be responsible and hold yourself accountable for what you have done, and be ready to undo it. Be ready to be exposed. I would say beat it to the punch. Why wait for someone to expose you? Expose yourself. Do your own self-revelation and expose yourself. Expose it to yourself. I'm not saying you got to go out there and say it to the world. Although it is more powerful when you bear witness, when you have others who can bear witness to it, because it also helps them to come out of what they're in. The more people bear witness to those who are exposing themselves and having a self-revelation, when they bear witness to that, it inspires them, it motivates them to do the same, rather than feeling secluded and, oh, I don't want to say that, I don't want anybody to see me. If we all saw everybody coming out they clothes, we wouldn't feel so ashamed. They'd be like, oh shoot, I could take off mine too, right? Everyone taking off their mask, and you feel, think about, as I say that, think about around the time when COVID happened. Like, I was never a mask person anyway, because I didn't fall for the hype. But for those who were like, let's say, in fear of it, oh no, I got to do this. And then after a while, when everyone started taking off their masks, and it was like, oh, I can take mine off too. So when you do it, it does help if you can do it where others can bear witness, even if it's one or two other people, especially if it's the right person that needs to bear witness. However, it's really for you. So when I say expose yourself, it's to expose yourself to yourself. It is to go deep into your subconscious and bring those things up from the depth of your subconscious, right? This is why I do my workshops, so you can unlock your soul code, get into the subconscious mind. Because if it's it's under, you don't see it and you don't know it's there. So you're behaving unconsciously. You don't even know what to detach from, because it's in your subconscious mind. This is why it pays to get in there. Get in there. Yeah, get in there. That's what we need to be wobbling in. Wobble, baby, wobble, baby, wobble. Wobble in your soul. Gets the wobbling in your soul, right? And then you can find out what's going on, so you can know what to detach from. If you don't identify it, you're not going to know what it is, right? So this is why we got to process these emotions. So I'm saying all of this because all of this plays a part in how to break down the light. How to break down the light, as the light is, because we're getting this light, right? So another thing is the summer solstice, as that sun was still for 3 days. That's concentrated light, right? Because that's what the solstice is about. Sun being still. That's concentrated light while it's up and out. It's not winter solstice where the sun is down, right? And we have minimum light, right? We have so much light. So think of the solar flares that we were getting at that time, and some of us are just now, some people are just now feeling the effects of it, right? We're still feeling the effects of those solar flares. Remember, it takes time to get here. And then on top of that, summer solstice. And I don't know about y'all, but something hit in the summer solstice. Something hit gears, and that's why some of us are feeling this need to go into a fast or a detox, right? Because the light codes that we're getting, these light transmissions that are coming through the server of our sun, are coming through us into our bodies. And if some people's bodies can't manage it, this is why I'm saying this. Some people, their bodies physically can't manage it. For some people, it's spirits, it's emotionally, mentally, right? Because it affects us in all these ways. It's not just the physical body. Body means life, world, and affairs. Yes, your physical body, but what is happening in your life, world, and affairs. So some of you are having a harder time digesting what life is giving you, right? Or what you are attracting. Because as I explained to someone today, it's really what you put out there. It is the seeds that you have sown. That's the retribution. You have to reap what you sow in order to receive the new light codes, in order for that light to come through you. And it's like you have to flush out the old, right? And that's where some people are having a hard time, because if you can imagine it in this way, it gets stuck. So it's like the light is coming through, but then, ooh, it gets stuck. It gets stuck there. And it's harder for you to receive the light. So once it gets stuck, it's harder to pass through. That's the best way I could say it. How does the light pass through you? You're getting light codes, but your body, your mind-body complex can't handle it because of what is already there, the junk in the trunk that's already there, right? I call it the junk in the trunk because our bodies are a car, right? We're the vehicle. So imagine you're trying to go get you're going to go pick up some new stuff, right? The light transmit. We're getting some new light codes. And I'm going to get some new stuff. And this is what a lot of us do. Ooh, the new moon, manifestations. Ooh, this is feeling so good. Ooh, portals. Ooh, we feeling good. And then you go through it and you're like, ooh, why is this hurting? Full moon comes, all these energies, because the energies affect us. And then you're going through it and you're wondering why all of this happening. Well, you got some junk in your trunk. So before you go picking up we got to go open the trunk, get the junk out the trunk, so we have space, so that when we go to pick up our light codes, like, ooh, I got a lot of space. Ooh, right here, right? So it's kind of like that, if that makes sense. So I'm doing my best to simplify this as much as possible so we can understand what it's like when this light is coming through. It's also kind of like internet, right? If you don't have a good what do they call it, the Wi-Fi, y'all know I'm not that techie, but let's say the 5G that they've been, this I like to say, I'm not in 5G, I'm in 5D, right? Let's say they 5G stuff they got coming through, right? Radiating, passing through. If you have a 4G processor, it cannot process the light. This is what I was talking about having a certain CPU. Like, what's your CPU? If you're a third density being, 3D, if you're a third density being, meaning that you can only process three density light, right? I'm not talking about third dimension, but most people who are living in the third dimension can only process 3 density light. They cannot process 4th density light, and they definitely can't process 5th density light. So this is what I'm talking about. The light that is coming through is accelerating, right? The light transmissions that we're getting. So you have to detach, detox, clear your mind-body complex so that you can up your intel, so that you can have a processor that can process the 5th density light that we are getting, right? And if you are in heavy densities within the earth, as in the 3-dimensional densities, the heavy body densities, it makes it hard for you to process this light, right? So if you're eating certain foods that's heavy on the body, it's also hard to process the light, because remember, the food is information. So you're having a clash of information, and the food, when it's heavy on the body, it's hard for the light to process through. It's like the light is getting stuck in certain places. So when you eat lighter foods, it makes it important for those who may be like, well, why I gotta fast, why I gotta detox? But it makes it easier for you to process the light. So eating this, just think of it like this: light foods help you process the light. So detaching from certain foods, and also another aspect of it is something that I call decrease in flesh to increase in spirit. That's a fast that I would normally do. When people ask, why do you fast? And well, to decrease in flesh and increase in spirit. And in order to do so, you must deny your flesh. Deny yourself of the things that your flesh wants. And I mean foods and habits, right? So when you deny that, you open yourselves up more to spirit, right? To allow yourself to receive spirit. So when you are not eating certain foods, it's not just for the physical body, but also mentally, you're preparing your mind to do without. You're preparing your mind to detach, so that you have more space to take in all of this light, these transmitting light codes, because this is coming from the unknown. It's unknown to you, so you don't know what it is, but we must be open to it all. And the light is coming. Ready or not, here I come. It's coming. So that's why some people are not feeling comfortable. I had someone comment like 5D sucks. You know, I'm going through it, and I get it. I feel you, because sometimes it brings up stuff in us. We have to get these things through. So if you're going through a tough spell, just know that it is for a purpose. And just look at, I would say, look around you and look at what you need to detach from. Because the reason why it feels so heavy is because the light is pouring in, but you're holding on to something else. And the energy is saying, let it go. Let it go. I'm trying to elevate you. I want to raise you up, but you won't let this go. So the more you're holding on to something, the more it's like a drag. Right? And this is why I say be careful what you ask for, because some of you are asking for enlightenment. You're asking for elevation. You want these things, but you want it while holding on. And it just doesn't work that way. The more you pull yourself up and evolve and elevate, the more you have to let this go, or else it's going to be like turbulence and friction as you're going up, and the friction gets stronger as you're going up. It's like it literally starts shaking and rattling until you actually let go. So you either are going to have to let go, or you're going to fall back down, right? Back into the three-dimensional paradigm. Woe is me, victimhood, the mind state of lack. You're going to fall back in that, right? And speaking of the mind state, if you're raising your vibrations and you're elevating, and you're still thinking about money in a certain way, as in, I need money to pay this, and don't let people fool to, oh yeah, that spiritual stuff is nice, but we got to survive out here, then you're not really letting go of the 3D paradigm. You're still entangled. I'm being honest. I know that may be a hard thing to do, but you have to let go of the concept of how you see money, because money is an illusion, right? You are the currency. Your energy is the true currency. And when you trust that you can move your energy and trust the universe to match you, you will have everything you need. But you have to let go first and trust the process. And the moment you do that, and you just put that foot forward, you will get something that is going to, you know, replenish, that something's going to give to you. You put your foot forward, and the universe is going to put the step. Put the foot forward, and the universe is going to put the step for you to step on. And it goes like that. But you have to be willing to put the foot out, even if you don't see a step. Even if you don't see a stone to step on, you have to step, knowing that the stone will appear. It's a trust walk, right? Coming into expanding this consciousness, like I said, it's not an easy road, right? But you have to step. So part of that step is detaching. Part of that step is letting go of something. We have to make a bold move and let go of an old tradition that you've been doing all your life. an old concept, an old belief, it no longer serves you. It does not resonate as truth within this consciousness, right? It doesn't resonate as truth with the light frequencies, with the transmissions that we're getting. It is not truth, right? So I invite you to detach in order to receive your transmissions. I can't say that enough. Detach, detach, detach. Look at your neighbor and say, detach. We gotta play church in here sometimes. Look at your neighbor and say, detach. You see somebody going through it. Oh, I know what you need to do. Detach. But you know, I don't practice telling people what they need to do. I just invite you, what I see to do. You put it on you and do what you want to do. Right? But I make sure that my want aligns with my need. Right? So I don't care what the flesh wants. Decrease in flesh. Detach from the personal ego attachment, personal attachments. We got to let that go. And so we have to be practical about it. Start to practice that in this moment. And it's very serious right now, because some of you are feeling it. So I'm going to say that again. Detach, detach, detach. Take it away. Let it be gone. Right? Someone was saying to me, I don't know what to do with it. What should I do? Like, I recognize these things. I recognize what's going on, but I don't know if I've been transmuting. There you go. I don't know if I've been transmuting as in letting it go. We have to let it go. In the transmuting, you can take things in and say, okay, I need this to go. I need to get rid of it. But if you don't actually practice transmuting it to let it go, then you're still holding on to something, right? So, is there any other things? There's so much, but like I said, I have to break this down. I want to go deeper into the transmission of the light, where we understand how the light is coming from the galactic center through our server, the sun, that is coming, you know, to us. And with the plus and minus, with the positive and negative charges, I want to get into that so we understand the mother-son relationship between the galactic center and our sun, as well as the father-daughter relationship, which is between the sun and the earth, right? Which is really like daughter earth, for those of you who have heard even Sister Myra have said that before, like daughter earth. Like, I understood it right away, because I knew, like, some people are like, what? Like, what does she mean? And it's like, I understood it right away, because like I said, I've been getting these downloads, so it works, it makes sense, right? So I invite you all to really think about the light transmissions that we're getting. It is important time right now to open yourself up and be a true conduit of this light, so that the light flows through you and doesn't meet up with your resistance and get stuck, right? And you're dealing with soul stagnation. So remember, the light has to break, it has to break down as it's going through you. The light has to break down, right? So either you break down the light, or the light is going to break you down. So if you're feeling icky and whatever, it's because the light is breaking you down. So how can you flip that? How can I become a processor that can break down the light? And the best way to do it is to lighten your load. Lighten your soul. Let it go. Right? Think of in yourself, what can I detach from? And practicing this detox is going to be a perfect practice. So as I close out, I'm going to remind us, if you are interested, I'm speaking to my true ones. I said the real true ones when I responded to her. I was like, yep, the real true ones know. So the real true ones, the ones that are really building and expanding their consciousness and really stepping into 5D and want to match the vibrations and the frequencies, rather than having the frequencies dish rag you all over the place. If this is something for you, put it in the description. Let me know that you're ready. I will send you the link. I will send you the information. I will put my email here so that you can know how to get in contact. And we're meeting Sunday, so you have a couple days to think about it. Today's Thursday. Got a couple days to think about meeting up on Sunday and beginning this detox. And it's not, remember, it's not just about food. It's going to be, it's multi-dimensional. We're going to be multi-tasking. It's a multi-complex of things. So we're going to be utilizing the food which is the obvious because we're physical beings. So we want to work on our physical intake in order to help this light process, but it's going to be also helping us on what to mentally look at and what in our emotions we need to let go. So I share that with you. Come on aboard and let's detox together. Let's detach, detox. Let's detox to detach together. I think that's what I'm going to call it. Detox to detach. Join in. Right? And don't forget, at a 5D corner near you, get your calendar. First 9 will get it personalized. So that's what I have for the light transmission and detaching to be able to receive it. Get on your light grid activation. Don't get fried on the grid. Infuse with the light. All right, so with that, I love you all. Each one, reach one, teach one. If you don't know where to start, start in your big, beautiful heart. Shine your light from the inside out and be the candle that lights the next one and the next one and the next one. Peace, love, and light.